Hey everyone, so I decided to redo the failed attempt at the Oval Perm. So again, if any of y'all have not seen, please check out my original video on the Oval Perm and how to do the perm. So the purpose of this perm is to give a lot of body and wave at the ends, not necessarily the scalp. So it's gonna look at the scalp kind of like you have a slight finger wave, and then it's gonna cascade down into very loose waves. Now the oval perm, this is not a new technique. I actually found the oval perm in one of my historic books on doing hair. There's a historic book from Zotos, back when Zotos was like the perm king of the world. And the book would show you different styles, different rolling patterns. And what I did was I decided to take one of the oval perms in there and modernize it with a modern perm solution. So I've been playing around with different perm solutions and figuring out what looks best. And I want to say, as a rule of thumb, typically when you're talking perms, the more acidic you're going, the looser the wave. It's more of a wave instead of a curl. If you increase pH a little bit to like a pH of 7, you're looking at more of like a soft curl. If you're going a little bit higher, you're getting a medium curl. You go to the pH of 8, you're getting a firm curl, and then if you do the cold wave that's like a 9.5, you are getting a super tight, springy. That curl ain't going nowhere. An earthquake or a tornado ain't gonna shake that curl. So I used originally, and again, this is just the products that I'm using. I am not promoting these products or saying you must use them in any way, shape, or form. It's just if you want to retest this at home, because as with any kind of experiment you're doing, if you can replicate it, it's more credible. So I did an oval wrap. I used white and purple rods on this mannequin. This mannequin was colored at the root with 10 volume root shadow. She was also bleached. We did a foliage highlighting class. I did it through Coastline Education, great company. Doug taught it. He is an expert on blonding. So we did that, and then I went back in there and I toned with the high lift. So this is gonna be a client that has uneven porosity, and what that means is that at her scalp, she is a little bit more, I don't wanna say natural, but less processed, as opposed to the mid shaft and ends, especially the ends that got hit with bleach, and they also then got hit with a high lift toner. So that was that. I showed you the video where I thought I might have went wrong, and I also showed you that the ends were a little afraid. So what I did is I went back in there and I actually did a protein treatment. So again, I'm kind of showing y'all how to fix a mistake if you have it happen. Let me just move this mannequin. You know you're a hairdresser when you have a head that is sitting right in front of you and you don't even recognize it. I bet a lot of you are sitting and going, why is there a head there? Mannequin. I feel like Shakespeare, I'm like. But anyhow, when you have a perm that is over-processed, typically the ends are a lot more limp. In this case, the ends don't show any signs of breakage. I'm thinking what happened was that the solution didn't get to penetrate fully, because I think that I ran out of solution with this. So I might actually get daring and try to re-perm this, but I'm probably gonna either go with a thiophene perm, or if I decide to do the same type of perm, I'm gonna go super quick on just the ends and put conditioner on top, or find some way to wrap this. That will be an interesting challenge. But again, think of a client. If your hair is under-processed or over-processed at the ends, what you want to do is, cut as much off as a client will let you cut off, and then you kind of band-aid it. You do a lot of moisture, do a lot of protein treatments. Do that to kind of fill in, because that protein is going to fill in the hair and kind of give it more body. But if you can see, because I did the oval, there's more of a nice compression here. Look at how nice that looks. There's also a tool which I'll be using to show y'all how to do. It's called the compression tool or the wave tool, and it's actually a wave tool that you compress the hair in, you put the perm solution on, and it gives you almost like you used a waffle iron. It's a really neat texture to do, and it's a good way to be daring. This is more for the fashion client, or if you have a celebrity client who wants something that no one has and maybe wants to start a trend. Because the perms are coming back. The 80s are back, the 90s are back. I see a lot of those 90s highlights. But again, when you have a client with color treated hair, it's a risk. So this is a true acid wave endothermic perm. I needed a dryer for this. You can see how soft that is. This is the repaired version. If you saw the original version, I was not proud of the work, but again, I had an idea that was happening because I did not have a fresh, clean mannequin to work with due to the shortage on mannequins and hair. I used a previous one that I had. Now, this is the updated one. This is what the technique should look like. Look at how nice that looks. See how it almost looks like finger waves? I used a combination of peach and orange rods, And then I used, I have to figure out what else I used. I think it was orange and purple. I have to double check because I ran out of peach rods. But it all looks pretty even. I'm gonna post the pictures up, if I can't get them on here, at least on my Instagram. So this is what the oval perm should look like. Look at how nice the curls are. This is an acid wave. I would say more of an acid balance wave. It's Acclaim, the blue box, which is I think the Ultra Plus or something they call it. I'll comment down below. So this is the perm that I used for that. Again, you don't have to use that perm. It's just the perm that I chose to do this. It gives you medium to firm curls, or I think it might be firm to ultra firm, but these are, you know, strong curls. You pull it and it goes right back. Look at that. See how that just springs back? The oval perm gives you not any root lift per se, but you definitely get a little bit of slight lift up there. It kind of looks like a finger wave. It's actually, believe it or not, a great perm wrap to use if you want to be a little bit more advanced before your state board. Do the oval perm. Make sure you trim the ends. It will make your finger waves fall right into place. It'll make your pin curls easy, especially when you perm them. It's kind of like a little cheat that you can do. So if you look at that, there is an S shape in there. If I can show you all underneath. See how it's consistent all throughout? It kind of looks like I used a deep waving iron on this. Just perfect S shapes. This is just a ready-to-wear style. I put minimal styling product in this. I just did a little bit of leave-in conditioner. I put a little bit of silicone in there to give it shine and seal that cuticle up. Overall, a great perm. Again, timing is important. I typically find for these types of perms, because it is difficult to wrap, and I did picks. This mannequin, I did not do picks, and look what I got. I got dents at the scalp. This mannequin has no dents whatsoever, so I put the picks in to take the rod tension off the hair. You wrap it when it is off base, so you want it kind of protruding, and the picks, or I call them the stabilizers, is another word for them, they help to pull the band off, because when you put waving lotion on, what's gonna happen is that can actually seal the rubber band mark in the hair, and then you're gonna be like, well, why does she have dents in her hair? And there's gonna be really no way to fix that, and it can cause breakage, especially. It can cause that hair to weaken because you're putting so much stress and tension on it. So placement with purpose with perm rods is so important. See how many times you can say that fast. Placement with purpose on perm rods. That'll be a challenge. I cannot say that fast. Just an overall great technique. Saturation is a little bit tricky when you have the picks on. I know some people might take the picks off, but again, that wastes too much time. So just do your best to saturate and try to go underneath. Because you're using 2 rods, I go back, I do 3 swipes on each section, or you can just do 2 swipes and then go back and do 2 swipes again. If your hair is very long or very thick, you are gonna need 2 perms. You really wanna make sure you saturate this type of perm because it is a specialty wrap and you wanna charge accordingly. So I would probably charge at least double. So if you're charging about, let's see, so if you figure 60 bucks, which is probably, you know, way more depending on which state y'all are from, or country y'all from, 60 bucks for 1 hour. If you're doing a specialty wrap, it is gonna take you more time and you might need to use more product. So I would probably do easily 120 plus for a specialty perm, because this is exactly what this is. A basic perm wrap is just, you know, going from scalp to ends, and it's basic, but you know, most people don't want basic perm wraps. I will say that if you are working with the mature population, you know, 65 and up, a lot of those, you know, mature ladies would want a little bit of body. They want a perm. They'll do a perm for a roller set. And these are great. Even though people say it is a dying generation, because typically a lot of my older ladies are in their 70s and 80s and they get the perms and the roller sets, which I love to do. A lot of younger stylists sadly do not have the training or experience in that, either due to poor education or their own educator at whatever beauty school they're going to or cosmetology school they're going to isn't stressing the importance of that or having fun with it. Because I had fun with it and I enjoy doing this. And I'm not in this for the money, I'm in this for the passion. This is definitely something to have fun with. I will also say that don't be afraid to say no too. So if you have, look at this, look at how this is night and day. Again, I used bigger, more medium-sized rods with this mannequin as opposed to this one, so y'all can see the difference. But if this client comes in and you're not comfortable because she has bleached hair and you know that it might break and you don't have the perm solution, that's another big one. If you don't have the product necessities like the picks, which I showed you what can happen on here, or the right perm solution, it's gonna be a perm fail, and that's not gonna be something that y'all wanna have in the salon. So what I will say is just be mindful of that, and don't be afraid to say no. If she comes in and says, hey, I want a perm, and you don't feel comfortable, which is number one, you don't have experience, or let's say she comes in and shows you my video, don't be afraid, don't feel pressured. You know, I don't want you all saying, oh, I saw Vinny do this, so I'm gonna go and try and do this, and maybe, you know, I hope it comes out. Test it on a mannequin first, wrap it at least 5 times on a mannequin, then when you got your skills down and your time down, try perming the mannequin and see how well it comes out. Do that a few times. Once you get the mechanics of it, then it's time to actually practice on a model. Do the product on a model for a discounted price so you can market it. These are all the things, business skills that we need to know. Don't be afraid though to say no if you're not comfortable, or if let's say that the only perm you have is, let's say you only have Feel So Lively, which, oh, that's a good one, that's ultra firm. That is exothermic, so if you take this perm, it says for normal, resistant, or fine hair, does not say anything about colored or bleached hair. You put that on here, oh, her hair is gonna fry to a crisp, and you're gonna have pocket curls, which if y'all don't know what pocket curls are, so when the hair comes off with the rod attached to it, and you just gotta stick it in your pocket and pretend like she doesn't even see it. So no pocket curls, we don't want a perm fail. Practice. I even say if you can take a few pieces on a mannequin, roll some rods in different ways, try a few perm solutions, get to know your perm solution and whatever perm solution you have, get to know how the perm solution behaves and how each rod size behaves. Some perm rods, like this perm, because it's for soft waves or soft curls, if you can see that this is not true rod size, so this ends up more looser, so you have to make a rod size work differently. If you want more of a medium curl, use a small rod. If you want a large curl, use a medium rod instead of a super large rod. So just get to know how they work, know how they behave. This is a true to rod size, so what you see is what you're gonna get with each rod, because the rods I used were kind of medium, and I'm pretty happy with this. This looks like a trendy haircut. She's getting a little bit emo there. Ready to wear style, like she just kind of went either beachy, or you can even say like, wow, what did she use? Did she use a waving iron? She just can go out and wear this anywhere. So this is what the oval perm should look like, and I hope this video explained everything. If y'all have any questions, comment down below. I'm gonna try to get to do more live videos, but other than that, I'll see y'all soon. Have a wonderful week, stay safe out there, and I will be coming up with a video on how to do a perm with basic perm and get ultra firm curls using a lotion wrap technique.